Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you had a fantastic weekend. A fantastic weekend wherever you may be around the globe. And I hope that you're enjoying this day. Enjoy this day because this is the day that, you don't have to worry about what happened yesterday or tomorrow, but just be present in this day because there's so much excitement in the air. There's
Yeah,
so much that's going on. So
yeah.
enjoy this day and just
Enjoy.
think about, what you're gonna do, and Tiffany, we only 5 days away from
Right.
the holiday or Christmas. So
We
just
are.
think about, how you're gonna spend it with your family, with your friends, being present in the
Mm-hmm.
moment, because that's what's very important. Being
Yeah.
present in the moment. And for those
Mm-hmm.
of you who don't know me, I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach. And I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. And I do that through, helping women and helping people in general write their books and not, waste time and, avoid making those costly mistakes like many new authors do. They waste a lot of time because they're so confused about how to start their book or, how to, get out there and
Mm-hmm.
present themselves. And this is some of the things that, I teach. And what we've been talking about is not only maximizing your potential, but finishing strong. Finishing
Yes.
strong. And before we get into that, Tiffany, why don't you introduce yourself and tell the people who you are?
Well, good morning. I am Tiffany Rochelle. I am the people's cheerleader. I also am a heart and a goal coach. I am the co-host to this show. I am super excited about this show. Just turning your profit into passion. But I am that individual that helps you rid the toxins from your heart. There's a lot of situations and situationships and relationships and stuff that we're harboring in our hearts. And I help you to get rid of those. So whether it's bitterness, fear, anger, some anxiety, whatever that particular toxin is that's preventing you from progressing and moving forward, I am she that helps you through that. And we will get through it together. Because I believe out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth speaks. And so, therefore, we want to make sure that our hearts are pure. So, whatever we execute from our mouths, everything will be understood. So, it's kind of that good feeling. I try to give you that real good feeling. You are absolutely right. We are on the fifth day of Christmas, and um, what did we get on the fifth day of Christmas? 5 golden rings. I am not singing this
Yeah.
morning. I am
That's
not
right.
going to sing. But we are on the fifth day of Christmas. So again, during this Christmas season, we have this wonderful thing of sharing is caring. We'd like to give to people.
Yeah.
So with that being said, give the gift of this show, turning your profit into passion, to other individuals that are on your timeline. So that means share. Sharing is caring. So if you'll share this broadcast on your timeline, share it with a friend, a family member, a cousin, or give them a telephone call and let them know that we are on. And it's time to turn their passion into some profit.
That's it. And it goes back to what you say, sharing is caring. I told you what I plan on doing this weekend. And
Uh-huh.
I did that. I got up in the morning because I get up, between 4 and 5 every morning, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
got up. But let me tell you what I did Friday night.
Talk to me.
I was
Talk
sitting
to me.
there Friday night. Good
Uh-huh.
morning, Tommy. Thank you for joining us this
Good
morning. Good
morning.
morning, Regina. And
Good morning.
I got a call because for many years, me and my family, not just me and my husband, but also my 2 boys, we
Okay.
used to do a lot of things with toys for people who were had
Okay.
kids that couldn't
Mm-hmm.
afford. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
boxes. I mean, truckloads of toys and
Okay.
stuff like that. That's what
Y'all
we
so
used to
sweet.
do. So
Yeah.
when people, you know, think of what they got to get rid of, they always call me. Gertrude, you
Okay.
know this person, you know that person, you're the
Uh-huh.
need. So I wasn't planning on it Friday night.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing
Okay.
some stuff on working on my computer. And
Mm-hmm.
Kevin and my son called me. He said, Mama, didn't you receive the call from so and so? I said, No, I didn't. I didn't.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't receive the call. He said, well, I told him that I'm coming home because he was still working. And,
Mm-hmm.
to get the truck, he said, be ready in 10 minutes to get the truck.
Uh-oh.
Rush to do what I had to do.
Yeah.
We had boxes donated
Really?
full of toys and full of art supplies. Okay.
Oh,
Full of
yeah.
toys and full of art supplies. So we went and we picked that up Friday about probably 8:30 at night.
Mhm,
And then we
mhm,
came home, put them in the garage and everything. And
mhm.
big boxes, okay? Lots of boxes. So,
Wow.
I wasn't planning on that. So Saturday morning I got
Mhm.
up, after, I did my goals and different things. And I went
Yeah.
and I separated them, okay? Separated them.
Mhm, mhm.
So come Saturday after, I did my goals and finished that up. I went and I separated those things to get them in,
Yeah.
so I could go and, give them to the people who need
Okay.
them.
Mhm.
And, I was tired.
Tired,
I was
right?
tired. And so
Uh-huh.
yesterday, we went and we dropped off because there's a lady that she homeschooled these kids, okay, her
Mhm,
kids, and
mhm,
went dropped off those supplies. So
mhm.
later on this evening, got to go drop off the toys because I'm the one with the truck. Okay, we went
Yeah.
with the truck, drop off the toys and different
Okay.
things of that nature. So that's what
Oh,
I did, and it's
yeah.
it's that season. It's that season of
That
giving,
is.
that season of spreading love out there, different things of that nature. And it's
Yeah.
something that I enjoy doing. It's something that
Yeah.
has been inside of me, but it was just like a spur of the moment thing. And I think
Yeah,
I
I
was
love it.
earlier on the lady that donated it.
Mhm,
I told her, she asked me if I knew of anybody. I said no, not at the not it didn't come to me.
mhm.
So, but she still had stuff
She knew
for me, and I'm saying, oh
you
my
are
God,
the
what if I
go-to.
do this? But I did think about somebody,
Yeah.
some bodies, because this is
Uh-huh.
more than enough for bodies
Mhm,
to
mhm,
donate
mhm.
these things too. Somebody's gonna have, some kids are gonna have a Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Some
that is
others are gonna have,
beautiful.
what they need. And I'm talking about brand new stuff. I'm talking about price
Mm.
tags. Okay,
Yeah.
everything
Oh,
is
I
brand
love
new.
it.
Everything's price tags. None of this stuff is used.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we talked about a show earlier about being an influencer.
yeah.
You believe it now, Miss Influencer, Miss Go-To Guru.
I
Uh-huh.
just can't run away from it. I just can't run away from it. I can't run away
You
from it. But
cannot. You
and you say, the pastor always used to say, if he could
can
get it through you, he could get it to you.
to you.
You know,
Yes.
if he can get it through you, he can get it to you. Because
Yeah.
we might not think of who may need these things, items right off, okay? Because
Not
I
right
couldn't
away.
think at the moment when she asked me.
Mhm,
But
mhm,
immediately when I got these items, I went to sleep on it. The next
mhm.
morning, I knew who to call.
Uh-huh.
I knew who to text. Hey, I got this,
Yeah.
that, the other, for you, and they happy
Mhm.
to receive it.
Yeah.
They're happy to. Now,
Oh,
on their side, they have to make those distributions. But at
right.
least I got,
It's all on y'all, but I did
yeah,
my assignment.
I did my assignment. I did my assignment. So,
That's what's up. I'm super
yeah,
proud of you. That makes me feel good. Like
yeah,
sincerely knowing that somebody else's life is about to be changed because
yes,
of the gift of your time
yeah,
and your resources and such. So I have to say with all of my heart, thank you. If they didn't say it, which I'm sure they did,
yeah,
but if
they
they
did.
didn't say it, thank you. I'm
Yeah.
super grateful for you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful to know you. So thank you.
So, my Saturday was, after all that, was laying on
Mhm.
the couch. Seriously, laying on the couch, because there was a
Oh,
birthday party across the street. There was something
uh-huh.
over, down the street and different things. But I was tired. That was it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you
That
it's
was
over.
it. Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
going through all those boxes and everything. But yeah,
Over.
Regina, there's a lot of unfortunate people,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
always want to exhibit kindness, and that's so
Mhm,
true. That
mhm.
is so true. There's
Yeah.
lots of unfortunate people out there, and this is something that we always try to do,
Mhm,
to help people who
mhm.
are less fortunate. And it
Right.
always comes back, in grander ways, where we can help other people.
Heck
So
yeah.
when we're talking about, the author's mindset and different things of that nature, just think how your book can help somebody.
Right.
That same
Right.
impact with your book author, how that could really help somebody. And, be that influence, be that blessing to somebody's
Even
life,
that. Even that.
get out of ourselves, because sometimes we think about the things that's going on with us, but it's not about
Yeah.
us. It's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
about them.
Mm-hmm.
And when we move into this first talking point, we're talking about you cannot share your vision and goals with everyone. And that's
Yeah.
very important, because
Mm-hmm.
your visions and your goal, everybody does not have your vision. Matter of
Right.
fact, nobody has your vision. Nobody will see your vision like you see it, because
And
it's
it's
you.
yours. It's
It's for
yours.
you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's you.
Mm-hmm.
It's cut just for you. It's
Just for
assigned just for you.
mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
nobody's gonna see it your way. Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
gonna see it like the visionary sees it. Okay, and when
Absolutely.
you get out there and you blab in your mouth, you're so excited about your vision and this, that, and the
Mm-hmm.
other, get slammed down because
Yep.
people don't see it, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
criticize you and they'll say
Mm-hmm.
certain things, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
bring you down. That's why you can't share your
You
visions
can't.
and goals with everybody.
You
Okay,
cannot. You cannot. You're
you
absolutely
cannot.
right.
How many
Mm-hmm. Because
times? If they don't
mm-hmm.
what? If they don't tear you down, they're
Mm-hmm.
jealous and different things of
Yeah.
that nature. And what
True
happens? That
statement.
prevents the person from going forward. See,
I
that's
have
another issue.
absolutely. It's absolutely right. That's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what it robs you of the joy of everything that's going on. So this vision has been given to you because like it's your vision, it's what you
Mm-hmm.
see, it's your perspective, it's how you see it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start sharing stuff with individuals and you were like, hey, okay, this is what's getting ready to go on, and this is what I got to do, and you be excited about saying,
Yeah.
hey, this is what's going on. So especially if you're stepping out and this is something out of the norm for you,
Mm-hmm.
and you start expressing it, then you get the negative Nancy coming on. I don't like it. Well, maybe you should try it this way. And then this is what was downloaded to me and I'm sharing with you. And now you want to
Yes.
tell me what I'm supposed to do. Now I done kind of shifted my mind. Well, maybe I should have did it that way. Maybe you're
Mm-hmm.
all right. Okay. And now I done kind of gotten discouraged and now
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do it. Meanwhile, here's negative Nancy that I probably done came on and went ahead with my idea because they knew that they would be able to be that good influencer and then said, don't do, these are
Yeah.
they. Or they could just get out and just start talking so negatively about you that you just feel like I can't do it. And they don't, or either you're telling it to an individual because there's so many different ways that you can do it, or you tell it to an individual who's not ready to grow and they just don't see it. So it's not so
That's
much that
true.
maybe they're going to talk you out of it. It very well could be like they just don't see it. And it's either up
That's
to you
true.
to persuade them or it's up to you to keep hush on it until you get it up and going. And then you're able to go ahead and start sharing your vision because they can kind of somewhat see the fruits of what's going on. But you just can't share everything with everyone. Sharing is caring, but you can't
Oh yeah.
share everything. Some
No.
things you just kind of got to hold to you for a
Yeah.
time being, and then you
That's
let
it.
it out. So you
Yeah.
don't see a lot of car manufacturers saying that, oh, this is what's getting ready to come. They show you what the
Yeah.
actual project is. This is going to be the 2022 vehicle. This is what's
Yeah.
coming up. They'll show you that. You don't really kind of get a chance to see the extra. Some people do, but you
Mhm.
don't get a chance to see what's to come sometimes. You just get the finished product or you get a chance to see it.
Exactly.
Some people you have to do that with. You just can't
Yeah.
share it. It's
You
not
can.
time to share it until it comes to full fruition because it
Yeah.
can just rob you from your joy. Little fun snatchers, like that. Mm-mm,
And that's true. That's true. And so
mm-hmm,
many people make that mistake, And when we talk about the author's mindset, the author
mm-hmm,
has to have the mindset that, this is work. This is worth writing about. This
mm-hmm,
message is worth, getting to my audience.
mm-hmm,
That mindset. It's a different mindset,
yeah,
it's
mm-hmm,
the mindset of reaching that ideal audience, no matter
yeah,
what people say, not even mattering what sometimes the author may think, because
mm-hmm,
of their stinking
mm-hmm,
thinking, because of
yeah,
them not being able to see that,
mm-hmm,
even
mm-hmm,
though even though that message is important to the people,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes an author will hold back. They won't
Mm-hmm.
maximize their potential. In
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
words, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a focus. It's a focus that author has to have, focusing on that audience, that ideal
Mm-hmm.
audience.
Mm-hmm.
So he or she can effectively um, trans I won't say transmit. Well,
Mm-hmm.
what I try to say, convey that
Mm-hmm.
message over
Yeah.
to that
Mm-hmm.
ideal audience.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm. They got to translate it.
they got to
They got
translate.
to.
That's the word. They got
Mm-hmm.
to translate that
Mm-hmm.
message over to the ideal audience.
Heck
And
yeah.
that's why, you got to keep things to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot share your vision and goals with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's very few people that you could do that with.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
but basically, you have to protect your core.
Have to.
Okay, you have to protect your core.
Mm-hmm.
I may talk to, and a lot of people. I may talk to a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sharing everything with a lot
You
of
can.
people. I
You
have my
can.
core people.
Mm-hmm.
Even in our world, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we have
Mm-hmm.
core people that we could
Mm-hmm.
share things with. These
Absolutely.
are people that's united in such a way, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that you can share everything with them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. If
Mm-hmm.
there's not, it'll be something constructive to
Yeah.
help it to be better. Okay. But
Mm-hmm.
never to
Mm-hmm.
tear it down.
Right.
Never.
Right.
But there's
Mm-hmm.
always core individuals, even
Mm-hmm.
in friendships and collaborations and all those things. There's
Mm-hmm.
only a
Yeah.
certain amount of core individuals that you may have.
Mm-hmm.
It might be one or two.
It
It
might.
might be one or two.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you always should have that core or that inner circle. You should always
Yeah.
have that trusted circle of friends
Yeah.
that you under. And sometimes the friends may not even know each other, but you
Mhm.
have friends for certain stuff. One of my actual friends, she kind of got mad because she wanted to be that go-to all friend, as in that all in one. We can go to church together, we can go hang out together. I love live music, so we can go to live music shows together. Any and everything that I do, she wanted to be that friend that showed up to that. If I got a project that's going on, she want to know about that. But I was just like, unfortunately, sweetheart, that's just not what you are. You're not that all in one. But I have friends that I talk to about finance, and they're actually a trusted friend. I'm not worried
Mhm.
about you, telling anything or saying, Tiffany, hey, save this, spend that, try this.
Mhm.
You got the trusted financials, you got your spiritual advisors. You have friends for certain
Mhm.
things. And it's great if everybody knows each other, but even if they don't know each other, it's okay. This is your trusted source that's
Yeah.
going to push you to be better. And even if it is something, because everything's not always going to be positive, but even if it is something negative, they know how to reach you at your core
Yeah.
so that they're able to tell you, hey, this is something that you need to shift and you need to change, but it's still
Mhm.
going to inspire you to go forward. But they give you that constructive criticism that says,
Mhm.
now's not the time for this, try this, and then go forward.
And then go
Always
for
have
it.
that trusted group.
Yeah.
Always
Always.
have to.
Always. And that
Mhm.
happens a lot of times. Authors, you have to have that focus. You have to have that mindset. You cannot
Mhm.
share your visions and goals with everybody, especially when we're going into 2022. Okay,
Mhm.
we're trying to
Mhm.
position the audience to see it on a different level, to do
Yeah.
things that's going to have a dramatic impact in their lives,
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
maximize their potential.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that goes into the next one. Release
Mhm.
yourself from worry and doubt. Now that's
Yeah.
something else that will hold people back.
Mhm.
Worrying and doubting themselves.
Mhm.
Worrying about things that never happened in the first place. Okay. It's
Hypotheticals.
like that false image. Okay.
Mhm.
Those imaginations. Okay. When we
Mhm.
talk about imaginations, authors, begin to visualize your writing journey.
Mhm.
Begin to visualize those positive things that's going to happen in your life. Begin
Mhm.
to visualize your connection, how you're going to
Yeah.
connect your book to your audience. Begin to
Mhm.
visualize those things instead
Mhm.
of
Have
worrying
to.
about things that you imagine that's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
That eventually, what's going to happen, Tiffany? They're going to create this thing. They're gonna draw this thing to them. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
release yourself from worrying about
You
things that
have
you're
to.
gonna create. Okay,
Have to.
you're either gonna create things that are positive or create things that are negative. You have
Mm-hmm.
a choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
however your mind is an awesome thing. Okay, your
It
mind is an
is.
awesome thing. It's gonna
Yeah, it
either
is.
project negative and you be a negative magnet, or
Mm-hmm.
positive and you
Yep.
begin to draw positive things to you.
Yeah.
you know
You're
and
absolutely
people
right.
don't realize that.
They
they
do.
they talk
Mm-hmm.
and they worry about stuff, and they
Mm-hmm.
act toward those things that's in the mind.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
act towards those things that's in the mind, what happens? Everything's going to line up with that,
Mm-hmm.
because it's going
Mm-hmm.
to line up with that dominant thought. They
Mm-hmm.
worrying about this, they worrying about that, they doubting this, they doubting that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
going into that's something that every author or people in
Mm-hmm.
general, but we talk about
Mm-hmm.
authors today, should
Yeah.
drop at the doorstep of when you go into 2022. At 2021, drop it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take that
Let
over
it go.
into 2022.
Let it go. Let it
Let
go.
it go.
You
Release
gotta
yourself from worry and doubt.
have
Okay?
to.
They got
You
to.
have to. You got
Yeah.
to, because that affects your body when you don't,
Mhm.
when you don't release that worrying and that doubting and stuff. Because
Mhm.
you're robbing yourself. Not only are you hurting your body, you're robbing yourself of today's pleasures, of today's joys.
Yes.
Anything that's happening in today, you're worrying about situations, like we said, is hypothetical.
Yeah.
So it's not fair. And this stress that you're putting on your body, um, it's just, there's side effects to all this worrying and all this
Yeah.
doubt stuff. You can cause dizziness. Um,
Mhm.
your heart start palpitating, you start getting
Mhm.
anxiety, fatigue and headaches start happening, and you're sitting here wondering, man, why am I so tired? I just
Yeah.
don't feel, I don't feel like doing nothing. But you don't feel like doing nothing because you got all this worry and this doubt going
Yeah.
on. You're not realizing that's actually affecting you. Your muscles start hurting and you just started aching and just
Yeah.
feel nauseous, all that stuff. Your eyes start twitching. You got different side effects. That's
Yeah.
real side effects, that you're putting mental stress on your brain and your body just because you're deciding to worry. And excessive worrying, if that goes untreated, seriously, it can lead you to being a depressed individual,
Yeah.
and you can start having suicidal thoughts just because you're allowing worry
Yes.
and overtake your mind, because you're going, like you said, you're going to start acting out on this, and you're going, and
Mhm.
again, it could very well be a hypothetical situation, as in, oh, I'm worried about if the people aren't going to like my book. What you so worried about? Put it out and see if they do or not.
Mhm.
But you're sitting here all, creating a whole headache, and you're about to have a whole heart attack because of a hypothetical situation of something you done psyched yourself up to thinking, like,
Yes.
oh God, what if? Now there are some worries, as in, this bill is due and you don't have the money. Now that's a different kind of worry. But we're going to talk about some of these resources that's around here, or start asking people, hey, can you help me because of whatever? You can fix that worry. But some of these
Oh yeah.
worrying that you're doing, and that doubt that you have, some of that stuff is just hypothetical, and it's just something that you're placing in front of you, and you need to let it go so that your body can start reacting the way it is. These are side
Yeah.
effects to worrying. All your,
Yeah.
help your mind, help your body. Stop worrying, especially if it's
Yes.
hypothetical.
That's
Yeah.
so true. That's so true. That worrying, not seeing, and that goes back to the goals and the vision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That goes
Mm-hmm.
back to the goals and the vision, where picture,
Mm-hmm.
picture people
Mm-hmm.
standing in line waiting to purchase your book.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Replace those worries with something positive.
Right.
Picture, people's lives being transformed by the message in that book.
Right.
Some of these
Right.
things that come into mind, and people, they concentrate on them, and before long, what? It comes from the mind, it goes to the heart, they start
Mm-hmm.
speaking it out.
Yeah.
And after you start speaking it out, you act it out.
Absolutely.
You know, you're gonna act it out.
Mm-hmm.
So for 2022, this is it, authors. Begin to picture your book being the
Mm-hmm.
hottest thing out there. Okay?
Yeah.
Being the
Mm-hmm.
hottest thing out there. Everybody wants your book. You
Everybody
have to
wants.
see it. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
have to see it. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, you have to see it before you see it, or you'll never
Mm-hmm.
see it. Because it's that energy that comes from you.
Mm-hmm.
Picture people with money in hand, standing
Yeah.
there in line to
Mm-hmm.
purchase your book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that'll
Mm-hmm.
that'll shift that worry. That'll
Yeah.
shift that doubt.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
worrying is not gonna get anybody anywhere.
It's not. It
Except,
doesn't.
like you say, cause those problems.
Yeah, it don't do
And
nothing
first,
for you.
yeah. And first you have to believe in yourself. Or, you
Mm-hmm.
know, who are you gonna get to believe in you?
Absolutely.
You
You
have to
gotta
believe
believe in
in
you.
yourself.
Because if you, that is a powerful statement. You got to believe in you first. Because if you don't, I actually feed off the energy that you're giving me about whatever it is you're telling me. So if you're super passionate, you've been around a liar before and they tell you whatever it is and you believe what they're saying and you don't think it's a lie until maybe the proof has came behind it, knowing that it wasn't, the truth. However, they be passionate, they're in it, and they almost talk as if they believe the story that they're telling you.
Yeah.
However, they believe in what they say and the junk that they talking, they believe in it. But it's so believable, you believe it because
Yeah.
how they have delivered it. There is a certain belief that they got. Oh, I know I'm gonna be able to bamboozle you. Oh, I know I got
Mhm.
this talk. There's a lot of people that know they got the gift of gab because they can make people believe whatever it is. They will sell sand to somebody on the beach, you know. So, but they just believe it that this is hot. They believe in themselves.
Yeah.
So they know you can give me anything and I'll be able to sell this. There's a belief in themselves. So you
Yeah.
automatically start believing because of the confidence that they have in the stuff that
Yeah. And that's so true. That is so true. You know,
Mhm.
that is so true. And
Yeah.
these are all the things that, got to
Hmm.
leave at that
Hmm.
doorstep
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
2021 going into 2022.
Hmm.
Here you go. Avoid
Hmm.
opening the doors to fears, all type
Yeah.
of fears.
Major.
Fears of failure, fears
Hmm.
of success, you
Hmm.
know, fearing, that you're not good enough, fear
Yeah.
that,
Hmm.
you're not going to, progress, fear of competition. Okay. There's a fear in competition because they're looking at competition. Okay. Instead of, competing with themselves, they're
Hmm.
competing with other people.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
the thing I want to take. They
Yeah.
compete with other people. They're looking to
Hmm.
see what other people are doing. And so they're not thinking, here go the value thing. They're not good enough over here.
Yeah.
So what this does, this tears them down. This tears down their self-esteem
Hmm.
instead of being uniquely them,
Hmm.
measuring
Hmm.
themselves by somebody else's standards or
Wow.
somebody else's journey or
Wow.
somebody else's time clock, you know,
Hmm.
opening
Hmm.
the doors to those fears,
Yeah.
worrying, doubting.
You got to let that go. That's
Mhm.
a, you can't open doors. So you barely like opening doors, period. You not go to a grocery store and go through that little automatic door. So, because you just don't really like opening doors. Sometimes you just
Mhm.
want stuff to open for you. So, why are you opening the door to a fear? Why would you want to open a door when you're like opening a door, you're kind of welcoming that thing in, or you're
Yeah.
entering into that thing? Why enter in or why welcome in something that's fearful? Like you said, when fear comes, you should celebrate it because it thought enough of you to try to stop you from doing what it is that you're destined to do. Why hold on to something that's restricting you from being successful? Don't allow the fear of success to stop you from being successful. It's something you want. So if it's something you want, you go after it. But don't allow fear to stand in the way to say you can't get to this. Sure, you can get to it, but don't welcome fear in. Close the door to that. Or even if you open the door, go around it. It's not welcome. You
No.
just can't embrace something that wants to
Mm-mm.
restrict you.
No. Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to embrace anything that wants
Mm-mm.
to keep you in bondage. So if you even believe you can fly, try it. Don't let you got what them bungee, not bungee jumping there when you're in
Yes,
the airplane. It's
airline thing. Yeah, those things.
Go fly then. If that's what you believe, go to one of them I drive places or them I skydiving places. To a degree, you can't
Yeah.
fly. There's ways for you to figure out how you can do whatever it is. Don't allow fear to restrict you from doing what you want to do. It just doesn't make sense. Close the door to fear.
Close
Conquer
the door.
fear. Don't let
Close the
fear be
door.
that giant. Well, I talked about giants yesterday. Fear is a big giant of ours.
Mm-hmm.
And we cannot embrace fear because it's restricting us. And we want to be that successful individual, but don't be successful gripping fear. That's not the
Mm-hmm.
thing to grip. That's not.
No, and it's a lot of different ones, and
Mhm.
good morning, Tommy. Good morning, Regina.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
but
hey.
anyway, it's a big giant, and
Mhm,
because it's such a big giant,
mhm,
okay,
mhm,
fears,
mhm.
it's big opportunities, and people
Yeah.
will just see it that way. And
Mhm.
fear is the real thing because
Yeah.
I remember having fears at one time.
Mhm,
Fear,
mhm,
okay?
mhm.
Fear is a big thing. But
It is.
when I learned how to leverage that fear,
Yeah.
I saw a lot of opportunities. So
Uh-huh.
that's why I tell you, fear, clap,
Celebrating.
but
Mhm.
celebrate because that,
Celebrating.
yeah, because that is the key to many
Mhm,
opportunities. Now I'm looking
mhm.
around. Okay, fear then showed up just like
Yeah.
opposition. Opposition
Mhm,
that showed up.
mhm.
Opposition let you
Come
know
on.
you're on the
Come
right
on.
path.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you're on the
Mhm,
right path.
mhm,
So
mhm.
either you're gonna push that opposition out the way, you're gonna go over whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm on the
Mhm,
right path. Okay,
mhm,
because if
mhm,
opposition is not coming to me, okay,
mhm.
that means I'm not on the right path.
Uh-oh.
Opposition, fear,
Mhm,
all
mhm,
those things.
mhm.
A launching pad to
Yeah.
go to the next dimension
Yes.
or the
Yes.
next stage or whatever you
Uh-huh.
want to call it.
Uh-huh.
It's a
Yep.
launching pad.
Mhm,
It is
mhm.
it's a door opener because
It is.
anytime those things show up,
Mhm.
it's a good thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
But people
Yes,
don't
it
see it
is.
that way.
It's a beautiful
And this
thing.
is shifting the author's mindset. What
Mhm,
happens when an author faces these things? They want to
mhm,
shut down. They want to
mhm,
shut down. That's
mhm.
why we're saying, author, release yourself. You can't share your vision and your goals with
Mhm.
everybody.
You cannot. Mm-mm.
Okay, because now you adding stuff to it.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
you adding stuff to it, things that are being compounded. Okay, now you taking people's thoughts, how they feel about you, what they say about your book, what they're gonna
Mhm.
say about your message, what they're gonna say about your journey. Who cares? Okay,
Right.
and
Mhm,
now what happens, Tiffany? It
mhm.
tears them down.
Yeah. Now they stuck. They don't want
Now
to do
they
nothing.
stuck. Now
Mhm,
they now they
mhm,
confused about who they
mhm,
are. They taking
mhm,
all these, they're listening over here, they're listening over there. They're
mhm,
taking those thoughts from other people, those
mhm,
ideas from other people.
mhm,
Now they want to mix it with who they are.
mhm,
Now they're
mhm.
confused about who they are.
What I'm supposed to do. Mhm. Don't
Yeah, they're
don't let their
confused with
words
the
come to
message.
you.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
the message is confused now. Now
Mhm,
you're gonna take that and you're gonna write
mhm.
it,
Yeah.
and now
Mhm.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna bring a lot of stuff in. And
Mhm.
we have to stop doing that. Oh, not we, because I don't do that. But
Yeah.
maybe I once did it, but I don't
Yeah.
do that anymore. In the
Mhm.
earlier days, yeah,
Mhm.
you understand. But
Mhm.
you can't do that, authors. That's something
Mhm.
that you can't bring forth
Mhm.
into
Mhm.
2022. You
Right.
can't.
Please
Got to
don't.
shift that mindset.
Mhm. Yeah,
Can't
please
take
don't.
in those things with
Mhm.
your visions and your goals. You can't
Yeah.
take in that worry and your doubt.
Mhm.
You got to
Yeah.
close those doors to fear.
Mhm. You
Okay,
have to. You
close the
have to.
door to fear
Mhm.
But look
Mhm.
at the opportunities.
Yeah.
Look at the opportunities.
Mhm. Mhm. I'm
Oppositions
grateful
and
for it.
fears, those are some
Mhm.
great things.
Mhm. Grateful for Kid you dot. They
Yeah.
gave you a good old push.
Yeah.
I'm super grateful for those. There's no
And
need to
nose.
be again.
Nose is a good one too. Because
Oh, of
nose,
course.
let me tell you about nose. Nose
Mhm.
is something when people tell you no, that
Mhm.
means that you're playing in a small field. You understand?
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you something
Okay.
else. You're
Okay.
playing in a small field, and there's
Mhm.
much more for you. Okay?
Mm. I hear how you're talking.
Uh-huh. You hear
I
how I'm
hear how
talking.
you're talking.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Nose
Uh-huh.
is a good thing because you
Mhm.
aren't supposed to be. And when let me tell you, when people withdraw from you,
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
another good thing.
It is.
It's another
Mhm.
good thing
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
sometimes you might not understand why
Mhm.
it's, don't have a friendship here or
Mhm.
people cut you off there, or we even go to Facebook, they unfriend you
Mhm.
here and
Mhm.
unfriend you there. That
Mhm.
means that that's not where you need to be. They're
Right.
here, they're stagnated here, but there's
Mhm.
greatness for you because
Mhm.
you're a climber, you're a go-getter. You understand?
Mhm.
You see
Mhm.
things in a different light. You see
Yeah.
expansion where they just see, you know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
small
Mhm.
part.
Might not even see that.
They might not even see that. But people got to understand that all of those things, you
Mhm.
use them for your good because all
Yeah.
things is working
They
together for
work
your good.
together. Mhm.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
no's is a good thing.
Yeah.
No is a
It
good
is, you know. Mhm. Knows help you to
thing.
know what you
Yeah,
need to do.
yeah. Maybe you feel for the person you don't know
Mhm.
how to, and they
Mhm.
say no.
Mhm.
Well, don't get offended. Don't get your little feelings hurt.
Get out your feelings.
Don't get your feel. I'm glad because
Mhm.
now I don't have to think of what I gotta say to you because I'm feeling some kind of way too. You know.
That part. But we become comfortable when though because I'm comfortable. We spoke about friends earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable with my friend. I want my friend around. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we always have that mindset of whatever friend we have, we want to take our friends on with us, but some
Yes.
of them just can't. And it's uncomfortable right now if you have let go of some friends.
Yeah.
It can feel very uneasy, and at times you might feel sad and alone, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not like that person isn't replaceable. And I don't even really want to use replaceable because if that person left and they're not there, then that's good. You don't want to replace that. There's always
Mm-mm.
something greater than.
Mm-mm.
So it's like, don't feel bad.
Mm-mm.
Endure the loneliness, endure the uncomfortable is eventually going to shift out and things are going to
Mm-hmm.
start fitting and it's going to work out if you keep pressing. But you just got to get used to letting some things go. Some things just feel bad. I almost gave a great example for women because, you know, we reach out to women. I
Mm-hmm.
am going to give it. You know, when we get home and we take off this thing right here,
Mm-hmm.
it's a freeing feeling. So we like it,
Girlfriend.
brings us some comfort. We like it because it holds us together. We like it because it's some good company. But
Yeah.
it's a freeing feeling when you're out of bondage and you take it off and just let it go.
Yep.
Same thing with some friendships and some people. It's going to be a freeing feeling when you let it go. Those people are kind of restricting you. And they may
Yeah.
have been holding you down for certain things that you needed to do. The minute that you see that you have let them go, watch how things start to happen and things start flowing when you
Mm-hmm.
start paying attention. Because all and sometimes when those people start acting funny or you start pulling away from them, you're like, oh my God, well, what's going on? See the better things that starting to pay attention to what's happening because elevation is starting to come. Things are starting to happen. Checks are starting to
Mm-hmm.
come in the mail. Your attitude is starting to shift. You wake up and you don't feel like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. You feel like you got some rejuvenation in you. You feel a little joyful. Your attitude starts changing when you realize certain negative things are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, it's so
yeah.
true. It's so true. Yeah, and we talked about this on the Good Morning, Gene.
Good
We
morning.
talked on this on a previous broadcast, about
Mm-hmm.
those things, those negative things, how not
Mm-hmm.
to take those negative things or those things that you, not saying you, but an
Mm-hmm.
author is dealing with
Universal.
and
Mm-hmm.
put that in their message to
Right.
make it even worse for
Mm-hmm.
the readers that are reading it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's not the way to be. And I like what you say. You could be alone and never be lonely.
That
You could
is
be
the catch.
alone and never be lonely.
I need
You
them to
know?
understand that.
Yeah.
I
There's
understand that.
there's a time. There's a time that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you need to pull away.
You have to.
You have to. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You got to. We got to.
And as an author, that's one of the things that I hope every author embrace, having that time alone. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
where they
beautiful.
can really understand who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Take off the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Come out of that facade. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
don't be afraid of being who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Unapologetically you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Being unapologetically you. And
Mm-hmm.
you only get to know who you are when you spend time with yourself.
Hello.
You know,
Bingo.
spend that quiet
Alone.
time with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, I could be alone, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm not lonely. I love
I'm not
myself.
lonely.
You gotta love
Mm-hmm.
yourself. You have
Mm-hmm.
to love yourself.
Have
Okay?
to.
And we're not talking
Mm-hmm.
about prideful love, but a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't love themselves. That's why
Mm-hmm.
they have problems,
Mm-hmm.
being unapologetically them. That's why they
Mm-hmm.
have problems writing their book. That's why they have problems, okay,
Mm-hmm.
with their message. That's why they
Mm-hmm.
have problems because they need people's validation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Validation. And that's one of the points we were talking about
Mm-hmm.
when we talk about you can't share your vision and goals with everybody. Some
That
things
part.
you just need to not share it with nobody. Keep it to
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it to yourself. You have to be so sure of who you are,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And for 2022, what we're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
maximizing your
Maximizing.
potential, authors,
Mm-hmm.
maximizing your potential. You got to be so sure of who you are that
Mm-hmm.
nothing will change
Yeah.
your mindset of being
Nothing.
who you are. Don't care if
Mm-hmm.
people like it or not, it does not matter. But
Mm-hmm.
first, you got to love yourself.
Gotta love you.
You
Mm-hmm.
got to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You got to appreciate who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need validation from nobody. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need people to tell you, oh, baby, this is right. Oh, no, don't do it that. You don't need that. You should know.
Mm-hmm.
You should know this is your vision. This is your message. This is what you're trying to get to your audience. Now, you can do it any kind of way you want. But what we've been saying, Tiffany,
Mm-hmm.
this is a different level. We taking a deep dive with our client, taking a
Mm-hmm.
deep dive. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to
Uh-huh.
hear the ordinary like
Mm-hmm.
everybody else is saying. We're
Yeah.
going to the root. I know
Mm-hmm.
that's where I'm going. I'm going to the
Mm-hmm.
root. And
That's where you should go.
you say you going to the root. We're going
Mm-hmm.
to the root. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
eradicate some things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because
Absolutely.
people need transformation for real. They don't
Mm-hmm.
need a little dab of do you. They need
Nope.
transformation for real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's too
Yeah.
late in the day for all this other stuff, the
Mm-hmm.
surface stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's getting late in the evening.
It's late
Sun's
in the
going
evening. It's late in the
down.
evening. Yes, it
Uh-huh.
is. Yes, it
Uh-huh.
is.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
Yes,
I
because
think you
you said you
transition.
have to pull away from what is no longer working with your purpose. That's it. You
You
got
have
to
to.
pull away. You
You
got
have
to
to.
pull away. And
Mm-hmm.
I told you about pulling away. What you do? You get that
Mm-hmm.
big piece of paper, you
Mm-hmm.
put your goals in the middle. Around the perimeter, you write
Uh-huh.
everything that you involved in. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you look at the perimeter, you look at your
Mm-hmm.
goals. If around your perimeter it has no connection to your goals, let it go. Okay?
Yeah.
Some
Mm-hmm.
things have outgrown its purpose. Some
Mm-hmm.
things you've done in the past, you got to move on from. You got to
Mm-hmm.
be unapologetic. Okay? I don't care who don't
Mm-hmm.
understand, it doesn't
Yeah.
make a difference. You got to reach your goals for this time.
You
Okay?
have
Play,
to.
play is over. Play
Mm-hmm.
is over.
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
OVER. Over.
Over. Yeah. Play
Mm-hmm.
is over. And that's what I
Mm-hmm.
do. And this is something that I do quarterly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not telling you something that I don't do. I get my
Mm-hmm.
piece of paper.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's a board. I have a
Mm-hmm.
board. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Mm-hmm.
lifts up. And I
Mm-hmm.
put everything there.
Yeah.
around there. I'm doing it. If it's not serving my purpose, gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Peace
got
out.
to go because you have to stay, you
Mm-hmm.
have to stay on your writing journey.
Mm-hmm. You have to.
No
You have
ifs,
to.
ands, and buts about it, no
Period.
ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Mm-hmm. Period. Mm-hmm. You
it
have
it's,
to.
it's serious, it
Mm-hmm.
is serious. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gene, it's okay to be alone. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we have to pull away. Yes, we do.
It's
Yes, we do.
important.
I pull away many times.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, I pull away.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiffany, what was last week? My phone was blowing up, even on thing. I even took my phone when we were on the broadcast, before the broadcast, took it out in the other room, put it out there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because when you focus on what you're doing, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you focus on what you're doing, your ironclad focus.
Yeah.
Can't allow anything, authors, to break your focus. You got to be ironclad focused.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Got to be.
You do.
And you're not a garbage disposal. That's another thing. Okay, you're not a garbage disposal
At all.
at
Mm-mm.
all.
You cannot take in all this extra trash and such.
Mhm.
So you cannot do that at all because that affects your spirit and it affects what you put out. So what you're
Oh
inhaling and
yeah.
what you're taking in, it's all going to come out of you. Everything in you has to come out. So whether it's going to come out this way or another way, it's going to come out. So you have to be
Mhm.
careful of the things that you ingest, but you don't want to ingest a whole bunch of garbage because some of that stuff that you're ingesting, as far as listening to, that comes
Yeah.
out of you too.
Yeah.
It gets into you. I believe spirits are real. So that's
Mhm.
coming to you because you got to guard your gates. And if you're not careful of the things that come into it, it comes from you.
Oh
So
yeah.
you can't get mad, even like watching TV at night, certain things that you're listening to. My TV needs to go off. I like the
Oh
dark.
yeah.
I want it off. And
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going to go to sleep, there's about two things that I'll listen to when I go to sleep. Three, technically, because I don't mind listening to like water waves and listening to like nature. I'll put something like that on. Oh my God, the amount of sleep that I get when I hear that, like rainfalls and all that. Or
Mm-hmm.
either I'll listen to some jazz. My top choice is I may listen to gospel music if I'm going to listen to something, because I still want to kind of like be careful of the things that is coming into my ears. So I'm trying to protect myself as well as it shifts my mood for whatever I wake up in.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to be careful of the things that I listen to because I want to make sure what comes in is okay to come out.
That's so
So,
true. That is so true.
mm,
Because I told you, back in the day when I was, publishing books for other
mhm,
authors and stuff like that, I got to
mhm,
read some of the stuff. And
mhm.
one person I pulled aside and I say, really?
Yeah.
Where's the healing in this message?
Uh-huh.
Why are you mad? Okay. The
Mhm,
whole message, you're mad. You're
mhm,
mad.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm, mhm,
Because of the stuff they're taking in, because of the stuff that they're dealing with.
mhm,
Instead of writing a message in that book to bring transformation to the readers,
mhm,
the whole message was mad, okay?
just
Mad and
angry.
angry and stuff
Mm.
of that nature. No healing whatsoever.
Wow.
No
Wow.
healing whatsoever. You
Mhm,
know?
mhm,
See,
mhm,
mindset has to shift, mindset has to change, has to
mhm,
bring heal.
mhm.
Some people, you're not even in a place to write a book, okay?
Right.
Not
Mhm,
in a place to write a book
mhm.
until you get
You
that
heal.
junk out of you,
You gotta heal.
okay?
Mhm,
Get that junk out of you. And the
mhm,
first place of where cleansing begins is ear gate.
mhm,
Ear
mhm,
gate.
mhm,
Listening to stuff, being a
mhm,
garbage disposal,
mhm.
and different things of that nature.
Mhm.
Your mindset, authors, your mindset has to
Mhm.
shift
Has
before
to.
you go into 2022. You cannot
Mhm.
bring that garbage into 2022. No
Cannot.
ifs,
Please don't.
ands, and buts about it.
Mhm. Please
Yeah,
don't.
Gene, we're going deep. We're going deep.
Mhm.
This is not the
Mhm.
thing that you hear, the status quo. This is not the
Mhm.
stuff that you hear about, all other authors. I'm using my
Mhm.
uniqueness. Okay, this is
Mhm.
this is who I am. I'm using
Mhm.
my uniqueness. Tiffany's
Mhm.
using her
Mhm.
uniqueness. And
Mhm.
we're trying to
Mhm.
bring you into a place because I
Yeah.
seen it. Okay, I seen
Mhm.
what could happen.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
seen what can happen. Okay, we trying
Mhm.
to bring you into a place that's going to bring transformation, that's going to
Mhm.
change people's lives, because that's
Yes.
what it's all about.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
what it's not for fun.
Mhm.
This ain't play play.
It's not. Mhm.
This ain't play play.
It's not.
Either
Mhm.
either they either they're with us, Tiffany, or they're not.
Mhm. Or they're not. Yeah.
Or they're not.
Mhm. So you might as well just get on board.
Get on
You
board.
might as
And we're
well
not
get on
saying
board.
y'all, we're just talking
Mhm.
in general, okay?
It's
To the
universal.
people.
Yeah.
Because,
Mhm.
I had put feelers out there about the next collaboration book. Because
Mhm.
one, I'm
Mhm.
be closing up in the springtime,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm. Mhm.
in the springtime. And the next one, will take place probably in the summertime,
Yeah. Mhm.
because we have these book collaborations that's going. Already put the feelers out. Already
Yeah.
got people have signed up.
Mhm.
They want to be in this next collaboration and
Good
stuff like
stuff.
that.
Good stuff. That's
So
good stuff.
you
Mhm.
gotta put it out there. You
You
gotta put
have
it
to.
out there.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
taking them deep,
Yeah,
taking
we
them
have to.
deep.
Mhm.
You
And
know.
another way to take them deep is to help them to release themselves from them limiting beliefs.
Oh
That's
yeah.
how we'll be able to
Oh
start
yeah.
taking you deep because most limiting beliefs are like-minded viruses,
Mm-hmm.
and those things are passed down to us by the use of, I guess you say, attitudes and their beliefs of others.
Yeah.
And they become so normal that we rarely question or we consider how those things affect us or how those beliefs, certain things that you believe may not be my belief, but it just sounds so good. Ooh, that might, ooh, okay. So then I take that on, but I don't really believe it. But because you said it, I just believe what you say. So it just becomes one of them like-minded individuals. And now we're just like, oh, because we agree on so much and we get along on so much. Oh, well, you said that. And you know what? I'm gonna believe it too. But you don't really believe it. I'm gonna take that in. You have to
Yeah.
be careful,
Oh,
because you got to release yourself from certain things that's restricting you. And it's those things that if you actually believe what that person is saying, then go ahead and adapt that to your life if it's going to make you better.
yeah.
But if it's not, then don't do it. My belief growing up was women are going to hell for wearing pants. That was how I grew up. That's not necessarily my belief though.
Mm-hmm.
So that is how I grew up. But those was one of those little limiting beliefs that I felt like if I ever wore pants, I'm definitely going to hell. If I wore makeup, I was going to hell. There were certain things I
Mm-hmm.
just grew up in a dogmatic home, so to speak. I mean, my home was loving, but there was just certain beliefs because of
Yeah.
our religion. That was our belief. But as I grew up, I had to release myself from those limiting beliefs because I
Yeah.
felt seriously, I'm gonna go to hell because I got on pants. I'm going to hell because I'm wearing red lipstick. Like, really? So I had to really come to know, I had to know him for myself and get a relationship for myself to really understand. Now I feel free because I was able to release some of those things and I'm able to live again. And I look real good in certain pants. Certain pants dashing on me. Okay. So, but it was certain things like that that I was constricted by. And if I continue to believe that,
Yes.
I would be able to go. And there's certain places that I need to go into, and a pantsuit is going to be more fitting than me going in there wearing a little dress or a two-piece. Now, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, dresses are dashing on me too. But dresses are appropriate, but sometimes it's okay. Like certain
Yeah.
restaurants, they actually require you to wear pants. So, am I going to not work at this restaurant that's going to pay me a good amount of money to work here at this restaurant because I can't wear pants? That's a limiting belief that kind of
Restricted.
restricts
Yeah.
me, that you kind of have to figure out, is that really your belief? If it is, okay. If it's not, you got to be able to be okay with being a little uncomfortable because it may not feel super great. Because even when I went to
Mm-hmm.
my grandmother's house, when I went over to her house, I wouldn't wear pants to her house because I didn't want to offend her.
Oh,
So, but it's just I'm okay with wearing them though. But I had
yeah.
to release that. That was a belief
Yes.
of that I had to release so that I can feel free.
Yes. And that a lot of things people have been in bondage with, and that's why we're telling you these through these last days of 2021. Get rid of those old mindsets, those
Oh, mindset.
limiting beliefs. Shift
Mhm.
your mindset. That's it.
Have to.
Gene say
Have to.
garbage in and garbage out. Limiting belief. Be
Yes.
careful. Here's another one.
Hmm.
Be careful what you hear. Listen.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Active listening. People only listen to respond. They don't really listen to
Hmm.
what their audience is saying.
Yeah.
Listen carefully.
Hmm.
And that's how you understand. And that's how you write your message to
Hmm.
get, because it's going to happen, okay? To
Hmm.
get to that solution for
Hmm.
that audience. But
Yeah.
listen to understand, active listening, not
Active
listen to
listening.
respond,
Hmm.
listen to understand the
Yeah.
pain points of your audience. Get rid of
Yes.
those limiting beliefs. And like you
Listen.
said, can't co-sign on everything.
You
Okay,
cannot.
cannot co-sign. If I
Hmm.
don't agree with something, I
Hmm.
don't agree with it. Like,
Hmm.
what's those old mindsets? Okay.
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
you think money grows on trees? Fool.
Right. Right.
Okay?
Hmm.
You gotta crawl before you walk. I don't believe
Hmm.
in that. Okay,
Hmm.
I don't believe
Hmm.
that's not but hearsay. Those old wives' tales. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
why can't you soar like an eagle? Why
Right.
you gotta crawl and be down there just like the pigeons? Why can't
Hmm.
you soar like
Hmm.
an eagle?
Yeah.
Why can't you?
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
can if you
You
set your
can.
mind to it. You
You
can.
can.
But
You
those
can.
things will keep people
Hmm.
paralyzed in a certain place. It'll keep
Hmm.
them from moving into their
Yeah.
greatness. It'll keep
Hmm.
them from maximizing their potential. It's a
Yeah. Will.
limiting belief. It'll
It
limit
will.
them to what they can do.
Hmm.
It'll limit them to
Hmm.
what they can do. No, yeah, Gene, that's right. It's not play time. Play is over. Play
Mm-mm.
is over. Playtime
Over
is
and
over.
done with. Hmm.
Over. You know,
Hmm.
and
OVE.
all this other stuff that go with the playtime.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's just too much to share. Playtime's over. Some people
It's
believe in that.
over.
They got some coaches out there with this
Hmm.
play
Hmm.
thing. Playtime.
Hmm.
This ain't
Uh-uh.
playtime.
They got to
Release
stop.
yourself from toxic relationships. Why?
Yeah.
Release yourself from toxic relationships.
Yeah.
They have
You
no
have to
problem cutting it off. Cut it off.
let it go.
It will do you greatness.
Hmm.
Because it's going to hold you back where you're going
Hmm.
in 2022.
Hmm.
Where we're
Uh-huh.
going in 2022 is going to hold you back.
Hmm.
You got to cut it off.
You have to. Hmm. Because them toxic
Yeah.
people are people who have uh, nasty behaviors and they add negativity and stress to you. And they're real manipulative. You don't want
Oh
to have
yeah,
people around you that's
manipulative.
like that.
Oh
Yeah, you
yeah,
don't need anybody that's like that. That's around you because that's ingesting toxicity into you.
yeah,
And you need to let that kind of stuff go because if you
yeah,
don't let that go, that's going to be detrimental to you. They have underlying issues and sometimes they just don't know how to fix it. Well,
yeah,
you may not be their fixer. You may not be their Olivia Pope, but you got to protect you and you got
yeah,
to get rid of these toxic relationships. So you have to. And if you don't
yeah,
even really recognize what a toxic person is, pay attention to them. See how that passive aggressive behavior
yeah,
that you have. If they're blaming you for certain stuff that happened to them and it's your fault, they won't take
yeah.
ownership of certain things that they did. If they're all the
Mm.
time criticizing you for stuff, you got to pay attention to who's around you and how it makes you feel
Yeah,
because like I said earlier, you're going to end up going to sleep feeling one kind of way. You're going to wake up because of these individuals that you have around you that's adding to the detriment of your life. It's detrimental to you. So
yeah.
you have to be very careful of who you have around you. Get these toxic people out of your life.
It's
Um,
so true.
yeah.
It's true. And I like what you said, Tiffany. Manipulative. Manipulative. Okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
Manipulation. And
Hmm.
there's a lot of manipulation, not only
Hmm.
in people's personal circles, but also in this internet.
Hmm.
You know that there's some people out here could help you. You
Hmm.
know they could help. You know they
Yeah.
got the answer.
Hmm.
Okay?
Hmm.
But they're gonna do these things to you. And I'm talking to you,
Hmm.
authors, to
Yeah.
cause you to
Hmm.
beg for help
Hmm.
or
Hmm. Hmm.
pay this exorbitant amount of money that you
Hmm.
don't need to pay
You don't have
just
to.
to string you along.
Hmm.
Have you ever been
Hmm.
around people that you
Hmm.
know they had the answer? but they
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't tell you.
They won't say nothing. They just shut their
Won't say
mouth up.
nothing. And it's not that serious. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's not
It's
that
not.
serious.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But
Yes.
they're gonna recognize audience. You're gonna recognize them.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
going to recognize them.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
going in 2022. You're going to recognize them. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to connect up with people who you're supposed to connect up with to get
Absolutely.
you to your next level.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
play is over. Playtime
Mm-hmm.
is over.
Mm-hmm.
Manipulation is over.
Over. Mm-hmm.
Over.
Mm-hmm.
Over.
Done.
Because there's too much that people have on the inside of them, Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Too
Mm-hmm.
much.
It's way too
And
much.
they've been looking at stuff and they've been looking at it the wrong way. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because of what
Mm-hmm.
somebody else has said,
Mm-hmm.
or how somebody has treated them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Not in 2022.
You
Not in
can't take that into them.
2022.
You
They're
can't
going to
take that
rise
into
to the occasion.
them. Mm-hmm. You have
Rise
to.
to the
It's a
occasion.
must. It's an
Yes.
absolute must.
And then,
Absolutely.
yes. And this
Mm-hmm.
is a grand time. So I want y'all to think about this, okay? As
Mm-hmm.
we're, wrapping up and closing out the program, I want you
Mm-hmm.
all to think about what we have shared here with you today. Because this
Yeah.
is a different type of show we have. We're talking about the author's mindset. We're talking about your
Yes.
mindset. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking about some things that you need to get rid of before
Yeah.
you enter into 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Drop that
Mm-hmm.
load at the door, okay?
Yeah.
Because it's not worth it. It's not
Mm-hmm.
worth it, okay?
Yeah.
Change
Yeah.
your mindset. Don't
Mm-hmm.
be afraid. Change your mindset.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Look at what I say? Opposition.
Opposition
That's it.
as an
Look at
opportunity.
opposition.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm talking so fast, my mind
It's
going.
good.
Opposition and fear, and
Mm-hmm.
start welcoming it.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome it,
Mm-hmm.
because that's where you're going to
Mm-hmm.
see your greatest impact, your greatest success in the
Yeah.
upcoming year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Don't be
Absolutely.
afraid. Don't be
Mm-hmm.
afraid. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
see great things that
Mm-hmm.
happen in your life.
Yeah, you will.
Yes, great things.
Definitely will. Oh my God. I'm excited for your future. Sincerely. Super
Yes,
excited for
we're
futures. And
excited for our
it
authors. We're
mm-hmm.
excited for them to see them,
Absolutely.
be able to see what they
Mm-hmm.
haven't been able to see in years past.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting.
Absolutely. It's super
Absolutely
exciting.
exciting.
I, and I can't
And
wait to start hearing it, and I can't wait to start seeing it.
yes, the
And so
testimony.
it's about to be a beautiful thing. And I think they also,
Absolutely.
if they need any help getting there, because this is what our show is about. We're here to help you
Mhm.
become better. And so we don't want to have to say at all times, like, you just don't know. Well, you keep tuning into this show, you gonna know. So you gonna learn today. And like, you say all the time that, we want to get to the root. Yeah, we're definitely getting to the root of things because we want to start seeing the fruit of your labor.
Yes.
So definitely are getting ready to progress, definitely getting ready to produce. I'm super excited. Ms. Gertrude is super excited. We can't wait to start seeing your fruits in these books and in your life. So whatever you
Yes.
write, we're going to see your life is going to match up with whatever you write. So, and if you need some help to get there, I did put our links in the comments. So you definitely can go ahead and get onto Miss Gertrude's calendar. She'll be able to help you become this master guru also. So she's going to impart some of her wisdom into you. And if you need some help setting some goals and getting rid of that toxicity or understanding how to get all of what's in you out. So when you get to Miss Gertrude, it'll be flowing and it's going to help her out. Go ahead and reach out to me in that link that I provided. I put both of our informations in the link. So we're here to see you grow and we're ready to see some of the fruits. So we're going to turn your passion into a profit. We're going to make that happen.
And so, with that being said, don't forget to share this broadcast out with your friends or those that need help. But we're getting ready to go over to the coach's corner. So
Absolutely.
remember, this is your time. This is your season. This is
This is
your
your
turning point.
turning
So
point.
have a great rest of your day.
See ya. Grace and peace.